Boys are good in math and girls are not. Let's talk about it.
This is Joyce Palmer with JP Financial Group, and you are listening to the Proactive Woman podcast.
Joyce Palmer provides wisdom on wealth, empowering women to be proactive and make safe, smart, and simple financial decisions. Welcome to Proactive Woman, helping create financial legacies for ladies. Oh, and men too.
Welcome to the March episode of Proactive Women Podcast. I'm your host, Joyce Palmer, and this month, in honor of Women's History Month, we're diving deep into the realm of finance, celebrating the achievements of women in banking and wealth management, while also challenging that stereotype of math and women. So let's start by paying tribute to trailblazing women who've made significant strides in the financial service industry. From groundbreaking bankers to visionary wealth managers, women have played pivotal roles in shaping the landscape of finance. I want to talk about three in particular. There's so many, but there's three that I've identified that I really like. And also, I want to share some little known facts about them and also some of the inspirational quotes that have guided me and may have guided you as well. Okay? So we're going to start with the first one is Melanie Hopson. So Melanie Hopson is the CEO of Abigail Investments. It's one of the largest minority-owned investment firms. Many of you probably recognize Melanie also as a contributor on some of the financial news shows like CNN and MSNBC. She's been a contributor in many cases to that. So some little known facts about Melanie. Melanie was born in Chicago. She was the youngest of 6 children. And believe it or not, her next sibling was 9 years older. So can you imagine? She was kind of like the oops or the love child, right? Another little known fact about Melanie is that she's also the chairperson of the board of directors for Starbucks. So she likes coffee. And then another little known fact about Melanie, which I thought was pretty interesting, is her favorite color is orange. So that may explain why the logo for Abigail Investments is orange and black. So tribute to Miss Melanie Hopson. The next one, let me share one of Melanie's quotes. And this one is one that I've kind of lived by as well. But this is a quote that Melanie shared. It is, the greatest investment you can make is in yourself. And again, I live by that and have always felt that investing in yourself becomes major. It makes you feel good. It gives you that energy, right? So that's Melanie. The second person on my list for women who have made dramatic impacts for history and the financial side. This one you probably have heard of the firm. Almost everyone knows the firm is well recognized. You've probably dealt with it either through your 401k or through another means. That is Fidelity Investments. Abigail Johnson, she is the CEO of Fidelity Investments. Fidelity Investments, of course, is one of the largest investment firms in the country. And it is a family-run business. She is the third-generation leader to take over Fidelity from her father, through her father, from her grandfather. So some little-known facts about Abigail. Abigail is no stranger to breaking or shattering those glass ceilings in the financial service industry. A lot of people would assume because her dad was the CEO of Fidelity that she would automatically just step in that spot. Abigail is very quick to let you know that it didn't just happen like that. She actually started her career at Fidelity on the ground level as an analyst and worked her way up. Another little known fact about Abigail is that she's the mother of 2 daughters. And one of the things that she shares with her daughters is that she wants them to find something they enjoy doing, and there's no pressure for them to step into her footsteps as she did with her father. But one of the things that I really admire about Abigail is that the diversity that she brings to Fidelity, especially for women. She's a very strong advocate for empowering women in the financial service industry. A quote of inspiration that Abigail put out is, "Innovation is about challenging the status quo. Thinking differently and pushing boundaries is what it's about. It's about asking why not instead of why." I like that. So, tribute to Abigail Johnson. The third one, probably one of the most well-known women in the financial service area as far as financial history making women. She is known not only locally, internationally, globally. Janet Yellen. Janet, no matter which political party you are affiliated with, you have to give her respect and appreciation, and you cannot deny the fact that she has made a huge impact in the history of women in finance. So Janet Yellen is currently an economist serving as the 78th U.S. Secretary of Treasury. This is the first woman to be named U.S. Treasury Secretary. Little known facts about Janet Yellen. She is also was the first woman to serve as the Reserve Chairperson. She also graduated cum laude in economics at Brown and went on to Yale. What I really love about Janet is she is super smart. This lady is smart. She's a trailblazer for women in the financial service industry. And again, she is super smart. You have to be smart to take on the issues and the impact that she does in her position. And she does it with authority. Some little known facts about Janet. Janet's husband is also an economist, and he was a Nobel Prize winning economist. They also have one son. So could you imagine? The mother is an economist, super, super smart. Dad's an economist, super, super smart. And their son, I don't know very much about the son, but I can only imagine he probably grew up with economics in the center of his mind all day, every day. So Janet has also been unapologetic about her positioning on jobs and unemployment. That's been one of her themes, and throughout her career, she's always focused on employment. So, she also has a stamp collection, little known fact. And one of my favorite quotes from Janet is, "I'm very sensitive to the fact that my decisions can influence people's jobs and their incomes and our entire economy." Heavy. Tribute to Janet Yellen. So those are the ladies that I kind of picked out. There, like I said, there are a ton of them out there that has been making strides with empowering and in the financial service industry for the month of March. I want to take a time now to actually share my personal story and talk a little bit more about that. Boys are good in math and girls are not. It kind of shaped the narrative for my money story. So if I didn't hear it once, I heard it 1,000 times. Boys are good in math, girls are not. So as I grew up, my fairy tale was when I got married, I would find a rich man. And he would be smart because he's rich and he's good in math. Get it? So I wouldn't have to worry about math. So needless to say, as I started out on that fairy tale, I went looking for Prince Charming. He came galloping on a white, well, instead of a white horse, it was a black Mitsubishi Galant. Close enough. And we would get married and my fairy tale would begin. He was super smart and he was great in math. He handled all of the financial matters in the household. He made all the financial decisions. He did the investments. I didn't have to do anything with my money but shop. And I did a great job at that. Fast forward, we were doing everything right financially. We had great corporate jobs. We were saving money. We had low debt. Financially, we were knocking it out of the ballpark. Suddenly, my fairy tale would take a turn for the worse. He was diagnosed with a rare bone cancer, and the prognosis did not look good. Outside of my heart aching with the fact that I could lose my husband, the next thing that was most concerning to me, that gave me the most fear, was I was going to have to handle the finances. All of a sudden, I would have to make financial decisions that would impact our family. I had to be good in math. I had to learn how to budget, to make sure we had the right kind of insurance, to make sure we were doing the right things with our investments. So that was terrifying. I learned through that process that I could make good, sound financial decisions, that I had no choice. I had to learn to do that. Now, fast forward, he would later recover from that cancer and go on to live 23 years more. But my takeaway from that situation was that as a woman, I no longer wanted to feel like I couldn't make financial decisions and that I was not good in math. So I, from there, started the business that I do now, helping ladies and men too financially make sound financial decisions. So what I want to take away is the third segment I want to go into, and that is, as we celebrate Women's History Month, let's also make history in our own lives by taking charge of our financial futures. Whether it's saving for retirement, investing in the stock market, or planning for the future, let's empower ourselves to make smart financial decisions and build a legacy of financial independence. JP Financial Group, we encourage our listeners to take action. We want to empower you to make financial decisions. We also want to encourage you to continue to recognize and honor and acknowledge women in this month of history for women, especially those in the financial service field, but women in history across the board. As a call to action today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend what I call a strategy call. So most of my clients know that I love to talk with you. I love to help you answer questions, and I'm available anytime. You can just call. But a lot of you have expressed that you have friends, you have family members, you have coworkers that don't have a trusted resource, someone they can bounce things off of, get a second opinion. So today we want to extend to all of the listeners a 20-minute strategy call. It's an opportunity for you to reach out to ask any question that you want financially, whether it's to get a second opinion, whether it's to gauge whether you're on track, whether you're making the right decisions, or if you need a completely financial do-over, right? Just give me a call for a 20-minute strategy session. You can reach us at 704-543-6269. Again, that's 704-543-6269 for Ask Me Anything strategy session. Happy History Month, Women's History Month, that is. Look forward to seeing you on the next episode.
Thank you for listening to Proactive Women, helping create financial legacies for ladies. Oh, and men too. Be sure to visit jpfinancialgroupllc.com. Call Joyce at 704-543-6269 or email Joyce at jpfinancialgroupllc.com. You can find us on all your favorite platforms. Be sure to subscribe to hear more proactive wisdom on wealth from Joyce Palmer and JP Financial Group.
The information presented on this program is provided for informational purposes only, without warranty of accuracy, completeness, or suitability for a particular purpose. This program is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, legal, or tax advice. This information is general in nature and not specific enough to be construed as advice. You should not make any decision based on the information presented on this program without independent consultation with an appropriately licensed professional or competent advisor. Investment in securities or the market involves a potential risk for loss of principal. Trading, therefore, may not be suitable for all listeners. Annuity guarantees are based solely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing company. Withdrawals of growth from annuities may be taxable as ordinary income in the year it is taken. Individuals should review contracts for specific details of the product's features and costs. Early withdrawals may subject the owner to penalties, fees, or taxes.